We spent our life savings on this boat, hell-bound to continue chasing the horizon aboard a catamaran. But what was supposed to be the start of our next grand adventure turned into more of a shipwrecked hallucination. After 49 days of blood, sweat, and tears and guarding this boat back in the mangroves, we finally found a crane that could get back to us to try to flip it. But unfortunately, in the process, we watched the rope snap and it sank right before our eyes, along with any valuables left inside. A moment that completely shattered us and drained out every last bit of hope we had left in the tank. We swallowed the lumps in our throat and tried to breathe out the pain, and then continued to pump the water out. After a very long night, we came back the next day, and there she was. The first time we laid eyes on her right side up for nearly 2 months. She was finally floating. But this fight is far from over. We now had to clean up this mess in the mangroves, then tow her 40 miles south across the open ocean down to Grenada, where we start the rebuild.
Well, getting the mast on the boat is huge. So tomorrow morning we'll come back, get the garbage out of the mangroves, get the hardtop, and move the boat to Spirit Animal and start flushing her out. It's finally gonna be out of the mangroves. That's huge.
Well, we zipped out here. We saw the crane back in the mangroves. We were hoping that they could lift up the hardtop. We're trying to figure out how to secure all this stuff on top of the saloon roof right now. We got some bean bags we're gonna set the mast on, and then hopefully the hardtop can set right here. Sitting over there, it's probably a good 400 pounds. It's a lot of awkward weight. It's tough for us to lift all that. So we are literally setting sail at 4 a.m. tonight. We are flying out in a day and a half, and we've got all this stuff that we got to get out of here. Got to secure all this. We got to install the rudders, and then we have to get everything off the island, that whole pile of stuff that's from this boat off the island. Also rinse down the inside of this boat with fresh water, pack up all the stuff, and then tie up the boats and leave at 4 a.m. and we're going to tow this thing down behind our monohull 38 miles down to the southern tip of Grenada to Spice Island Marina. So we got our hands full. We're probably gonna be up until 4 a.m. We probably won't sleep. The timing is definitely off here. We have no one to blame but ourselves for getting ourselves into this, but I guess the boat sinking didn't help anything, did it?
No, not at all.
So welcome to our lives. Now we gotta get busy because we're gonna be leaving here at 4 a.m. We're now spinning the boat so we can get other stuff on, make it a little easier. Okay, we're gonna be able to lift anything up?
Maybe.
Might be able to get the hardtop up, to be honest. Especially if we
can winch it.
Yeah. Since the crane's busy, we can try to use the winch, but the mast is in the way. We'll have to move the mast or use the other winch. But yeah, that's gonna be an issue, isn't it? But we can try to get the door on and stuff.
Your head. Ready? Okay. Good?
Good. All right, we're gonna try to put the door in place. We don't know if we gotta put a bottle jack on this ceiling, depending on the compression it had, but we'll see what happens. Lift it up.
I got it over here. Yes! Yeah! Woo! Where's the camera? Yeah! Whew, we were so nervous about that.
Come on, Liz.
Oh my god. Oh.
Wow, it even locks.
Well, can we get out?
Yeah.
Yes! Oh. That is a major relief.
Why were you so nervous about that one? You
I don't know.
thought we were gonna have to jack the boat up?
Yeah, and then man somehow maneuver it and a bunch of other stuff. And that means that the beam is good too. Because it slides
Well, that
really
means the
smooth,
ceiling
right?
popped back up into place correctly, so we really just need to tab down the ceiling and it should be good. I still don't see any like cracks in any of the corners. I mean, there's a little bit of stress cracks in these beams, but it was nothing that was really bad. Strong saloon roof. I will give Lagoon credit when it's due, and this saloon roof endured.
This boat went through a lot. Supposedly, it like flew up into the air like a kite at
Like
one point.
100 yards on that side of the lagoon. Like,
Yeah,
there
it
was
flew
a
across the
witness,
lagoon.
There was a witness that said he saw it airborne with the rig still up, and it landed, and then one flipped over, and then this one flipped over right after.
And the other one caught fire and burned.
All right, doors in.
Door is in. Now we just gotta get garbage and hardtop, and then we can start spraying her down.
It was funny seeing how worried Sasha was about that sliding glass door fitting. I mean, the way she acted, you would have thought we just landed on the moon. In her defense, it is nice to know that the ceiling isn't super warped, but I always knew we could take a bottle jack and glass it back into place, which lets me know that I should probably be a little more vocal with my plans so she doesn't have all these internal battles to deal with. Anyways, our next external battle is getting this hardtop back on the catamaran, and it is waterlogged and very heavy. Additionally, trying to slide it across all these cut mangrove roots feels like we're trying to detach an octopus that won't let go.
Oh, hi, Gus.
Gus showed up at the perfect time because a third set of hands is exactly what we needed. While he pulled, we pushed, and eventually we were close enough to where the rope could attach to the winch, which helped us slide the hardtop to the catamaran. But getting it up on top was a whole nother story.
Hold up. Hold on.
There was absolutely no way we were getting this up by hand, so Sasha and I planted some sticks in the ground while Gus winched it up. Then we ran the rope through the D-rings on the top, but we were worried because they were attached with some very small screws. Gus started cranking and it rode up the 2x6 while we put life jackets and other odd pieces to prevent scratching the boat up from even more. Oh shit, we did it.
It is up. It looks like the biggest damage on it is just this corner. So we're all loaded up. Got everything empty from down there. Okay, so now we've got everything up and it is time to tow it out of the mangroves. Gus is making a bridle right now, so we're gonna have one person in the front of the boat towing it, and then we're gonna have somebody in the back steering the boat because there's no rudders on it right now. And then just slowly work our way up and out and over to Spirit Animal to start flushing her out.
It's mind-blowing to think about where we started and how much of our lives were sacrificed in this tiny island in the Caribbean in the back corner of the mangroves. We spent 51 days in hell trying to untangle ourselves from a swamp that refused to let go. But today we are finally getting out of this place. It was time to break loose and drag ourselves to freedom. The feeling of finally getting out of here was unreal. The excitement, the relief, the weight that was lifted off of our chests. It was almost like a new sense of motivation that was returning back to our souls.
Nice job! You actually look like you're getting towed. Got Rough steering in the back, doing what he needs to do, and Gus up here at front. We're almost out.
We were passing boats that were still stuck. Some people smiling, nodding, glad that we finally got out. I mean, it felt like we just got out of a bar fight with two black eyes and a missing tooth, smiling ear to ear with our chests out, proud that we had just emerged victorious. We had every right to feel that way.
have gotten more perfect. Whew, awesome job. We are now at Spirit Animal. 1.0, 2.0. I guess 3.0 actually. If you really think about it, it's 3.0, but wow. Quite a difference actually between the two boats. I thought Spirit Animal was wide, and then she goes next to a catamaran.
All right, the people that removed the rudder lost this thing, so I've got to make another one, and the only thing we have that is 11 millimeters is the gooseneck. So I'm sure this will come back to haunt us, but we got to do what we got to do right now to get on the move. So we're gonna cut this out of this.
Does it have a pinhole in it, or it's just like a solid? No, the other one.
No, this is solid.
Nice.
So we're gonna cut one side flush right now. Okay. Right on the outside of that line.
Identical?
Let's see.
Oh my God. Okay, rudders are about to be connected.
Steering wheel
Tight.
on.
She's officially a vessel.
All right, we're about to hose this down. Sorry if the vlogging is short, but we are in the biggest time crunch in the world. We got so much to do in a couple hours, so we'll show you what we show you.
I'm gonna close this to keep things dry too. It works.
We're probably gonna spray in there, you know?
Well, can we just get all this debris stuff out?
Okay.
And then we'll spray that after.
All right.
Well, we were supposed to set sail this morning so we wouldn't have to sail through the night. But with everything taking way longer than it should, it looks like we weren't sleeping tonight and we were going to have to leave here no later than 4 a.m. With only a few hours of daylight left, we still needed to install the rudders on the catamaran so we could steer, install a bridle so we could tow it, clean the bottom of our mono, which has been sitting for months, and pack up the hundreds of items we still have on the island. As far as the forecast goes, it was looking really good, but we still didn't know how rough it was going to be out there, so we wanted to make sure everything was strapped down nice and tight. And with this time crunch, we decided to wait to spray down the inside of the catamaran with fresh water because it was nearly dry. And hopefully we can hit all the metal with WD-40 on our tow down.
I think now we install the rudders. Last thing we would do is spray inside. And then we gotta pump it out too.
We grabbed one of the rudders and realized we need to figure out which side it went on. This was something neither of us had ever done in the water before. And the first thing we noticed was that these things are very buoyant. I passed Sasha the spacing ring and then she attempted to dive down and guide it into the rudder tube.
Nope. I'll be right back. I need to get another weight belt. It's too buoyant. I can't push it down. I just need to put some weight on the fin that I can drop.
With the new weight that was added, Sasha was now able to get under with the rudder. But what you can't see is that she's also fighting a current. And once she has that rudder down and it's sideways, it's really tough to guide it into the hole. After a handful of attempts, she finally found her mark, and then she dropped the weights to help float the rudder up into place. From there, I reinstalled all the brackets and hardware, reconnected the steering, and then we moved on to the next one.
Time for the other side.
Other one's in.
Sasha, I need you to tell me when this rudder's straight. I'm not sure which way's forward. Okay. Well, unfortunately, one of the worst things.
Canceller I'm fine.
I know, but damn, I need you right now, and like this is
Well, I
pretty
squashed
bad.
my finger, and I probably should get stitches, but we have too much to do. No, I can't. I don't want to flap it open. I don't want to see underneath. Well, I squashed it against one of the base stanchions, and I put the water maker pump on top of my finger, and I squashed it. But we have too much to do, so we're just gonna put some alcohol, Neosporin, wrap it up nice and tight, and keep going.
She is a trooper, but I was ready to cancel flights.
No, I'm fine.
Reschedule flights.
Fine. I'm all good. Don't worry.
All right. Okay, so we called in the reserved hoop.
Hello.
And we still have a whole island of stuff to go get. Our boat is still pretty messy. I just got out of the water just 2 seconds ago and scraped the prop. It was like one big barnacle. And honestly, the bottom of our boat is bad. Like an inch of growth on the whole thing, like just a thick layer of nasty stuff. So luckily I cleaned the prop because we might go 3 knots now instead of 2. Yeah, we're about to untie right now, take this catamaran over to that little concrete island over there and get our stuff as the sun goes down. And then the plan is to still load all this stuff up, tie down the boom, figure out some sort of bridle system to tow it, and then we might not even sleep. We might just leave tonight at midnight and go for it. What do you think? We got a plane to catch.
What's the moon like?
I don't think there is a moon.
Is there a moon tonight? 'Cause
No.
That makes a huge difference.
No, it's gonna be pitch black.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
Besides the stars and the Milky Way.
Ready?
Yeah, I think that's it.
First one to drive the boat.
I gotta get this on video.
Although it was being propelled by the dinghy, this was the first time the boat was being steered with the steering wheel. Another small yet massive milestone unlocked.
This is nice.
Each milestone helping us restore our hope, heal our wounds, and remind us why we did all this in the first place.
All gas, no brakes, baby.
We haul our ship to with a wind from southwest, boys. We haul our ship to deep soundings to take. 'Twas 45 fathoms with a wide sandy bottom, so we scored our main yard and up channel did make.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie, you were coming in hot. I was like, oh.
that's why I told you. I was like, no controls. Go to the front.
I rammed the front of the boat pretty hard.
Okay. Well, that was not bad without any engines. Hey, now we're gonna get all this stuff right here up into the cockpit. Just time to organize and then figure out our bridal situation. And 3 a.m. here we come.
Until we strike soundings in the channel of old England, from Euston to Scilly, this 35 league will rant and will roar like true British sailors. Will rant and will roar all along the South Seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England, from Euston to Scilly, this 35 league.
Ready? Okay, we just got the boat all loaded up with the stuff. It is packed. We got some stuff inside as well. Everything is loaded. And now all we have to do is strap down the mast, the boom, this other part of the mast, and then we're pretty much ready to go, besides figuring out how we're gonna tow this boat. I think we have one long line that we use for our swell bridle, and then we also have a halyard we can use. So between those two, I think we have about 100 feet, hopefully 150, and that should give us plenty of room between this boat and Spirit Animal. And then we have 40 miles to go to get to the yard. But tonight there's a mooring ball directly behind us, so we're just gonna hook this boat up to the mooring ball rather than try to dock up again. And then that'll also give us enough room to tie the tow ropes between the boats, and then all we'll have to do is pull anchor and let the other boat off the mooring ball. Should go pretty smoothly. Okay, Hoop, he's starting to pull. Are we tied anywhere?
No. Yeah, the front line.
Wait, the front line is still connected. Here, I'll hold on. Okay, it helps to have the bow line disconnected.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try this again. So we have another boat in front of us that's Medmoored style. So I was like, why are we going towards that one? I feel like I need to be a little bit taller. This is like the perfect height home for Roth, but I need like 6 more inches below me. How's it going?
Perfect. Once again, bro, coming in hot.
That was a whole lot less scary than coming up on the dock.
Yeah, dude, I knew if I had missed the pontoon coming up on that dock, we were gonna be
Crash landing.
I thought you're going so fast, you must know what you're doing.
Well, the trick is you just have to make it look like you know what you're doing.
Exactly. Oh, it looks like you're gonna make it on time, everything.
Well, we still have to strap stuff down. Well, we did it.
We did it.
Time to tie everything down.
Come to the back.
Well, it's 1:30 in the morning. We are about to go to the cat, finish strapping everything down, set up the bridle, and take off for Grenada. So probably need another hour-ish, and then we should be picking up anchor and heading out.
3:30 in the morning and we are just taking off. Sasha's handing me the bridle here.
Well, it is time. We have the whole entire boat strapped down, and Roth's pulling up the chain right now. Gonna go give him a bridle rope. We're gonna attach the boats together, and we are on our way to Grenada. Hey everybody, we have a huge announcement about the giveaway.
Yes, we just heard back from our legal team and we had 4 more countries that were approved for this giveaway. For those of you who are just joining us, we are giving away our 2006 50-foot Beneteau that we spent 2 years of our lives fully customizing, and it's decked out with lithium, solar, all the bells and whistles. The cool thing is this is like a crowd-funded way to launch one of you into the cruising world for pennies on the dollar, a fraction of the cost, and all that money is going to be applied to fixing up our catamaran, which we're going to film for you guys and you'll be able to be a part of.
But the coolest thing is that together as a community, we are going to launch someone into the cruising world. So it's a win-win-win for everybody.
So back to the countries that are now allowed to enter. New Zealand, South Africa, Puerto Rico, and the Netherlands are legally allowed to enter. Although you guys make up 1% of our demographics, I think it's cool to include as many people as we can. We wish we could include everybody, but with an international giveaway, there's tons of laws and legalities, so we try to include everyone we could. So if you're interested, scan the QR code or head over to our website to go get entered.
And as always, we really want to thank our patrons. Without your guys' consistent support, we couldn't make any of this happen. So thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave us a comment, and we will see you guys again next week here on Spirit Animal.